And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm your host, Russ Renault, and thanks for joining us here on a special edition on a Monday night here on the 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody has a big day planned for tomorrow, and hope you've got some time off this weekend and just recharge the batteries here at the midway point of the year. I know the UFC has, and they're getting ready for a huge card this weekend, but before we get to that, we will be talking about what happened at UFC Fight Night last night, and then we'll get into opening one of these boxes of Donruss that you saw at the top of the show. So we're really looking forward to that, and for just going through some of the hits that we've had over the last couple of weeks. We're going to look at the Prism that we've opened. We're just going to look at the hits out of that. We're going to look at the hits out of the box of Donruss, or the two boxes that we've opened of Donruss so far. So thanks for joining us here on this special edition. Usually we're on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. We open a hobby box live of UFC cards every Sunday night, except for this Monday show. This is the first Monday show that we've had just due to the holiday weekend. Just couldn't make last night work, but we're here on a Monday. So thanks everybody for joining in. And if you are watching for the first time, or even if you're an old hat at this, go ahead and use that chat box, and we can talk during the show. I'll see your comments and I'll comment on them back. If it's something entertaining for the show, then just let me know, and we'll just have a good banter back and forth as we open the cards later on. So, because we're called UFC Fight Cards, we do two things on this show. So, the first thing that we do is we talk about the fight cards, the fight schedule, just what happened on the last card. Usually it would be last night if we're doing a Sunday show, but since we're Monday, it's now a day and a half ago. But the second part of the show is we open UFC cards, and so that's the fun part of the show. I think talking about the fights is a fun part of the show too, because you get to see some of the people in these products, some of the fighters that we're going to be talking about, a lot of the rookies in this Donruss product, and in the Prism as well, the first product that came out this year. And so it's just kind of fun to see how the fighters and their results relate to the hobby and how it impacts sales prices, different things like that, because we do have a store on eBay and everything on the show is for sale. So you can either buy directly on the show just by reaching out to me at russ@orange-fire.com. You can find me on Twitter at FightCardsRuss or at OrangeFireMedia. And you can also find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, or at Orange Fire Media. Either way will work. You can also leave a message on the show. There's just a lot of ways to get in touch with me. Our store on eBay is Orange Fire Lots of Lots. So we like to put together fighter lots and put together some cards that if people collect a certain fighter, that's kind of what we try to specialize in as far as that goes. But either way, I'm glad you're here, whatever you're here for, and hopefully we have something for you. So let's get into last night's card. It'd be UFC Fight Night from the Apex in Las Vegas, headlined by Sean Strickland against Abus Magomedov. Middleweight matchup. Number 7 is Sean Strickland, Magomedov unranked. A lot of people wondering why Strickland took this fight in the first place. But he'll fight anybody, and proved it last night, and taking on an unranked fighter. And it didn't go well for him at the beginning. The eye poke had a little bit to do with that, I believe. But then Sean Strickland taking care of business in the second round and getting the TKO and really solidifying his position in the middleweight division as one of those people that might be the next in line to face Israel Adesanya, because Izzy's beaten everybody. He's beaten Robert Whittaker a couple of times. So it'll be interesting to see going forward what happens with Sean Strickland, see if he gets a Whittaker fight and then a title fight. It's kind of trending that direction. We'll see what he's ranked this week. But great performance by Sean Strickland, and really took care of business on the card leading into International Fight Week. So that's why we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on last night's card, because there is a huge card this weekend that we're going to go through a little bit. Then we'll highlight the upcoming main events over the next couple of months, and not a lot of scheduled fights, a lot of advanced planning. A lot of people are kind of surprised by that the UFC has waited so long to announce some of these fight cards. But the co-main event last night, I thought it was great because one of the better rookies from last year's product, Grant Dawson, was in action, number 15th ranked lightweight, and he was facing number 12, Damir Ismagulov, and Grant Dawson was phenomenal last night. He looked great, controlled, got a lot of control time last night, going for the submission, just couldn't quite get it, almost had it a couple of times, but just couldn't quite get it in. But Grant Dawson coming away with a victory nonetheless, and looking great doing it. It looked fantastic. See where he moves up this week, and in that lightweight division that's pretty stacked, Grant Dawson's looking like a top contender in that division. Elsewhere on the card last night, one thing I do want to point out, Michael Morales defeating Max Griffin by unanimous decision. I do like to talk about Max Griffin fights because he does collect his own cards. He's part of one of the groups I'm part of on Facebook, and so it's nice to see fighters like Max Griffin getting into the hobby, and there are others. Jimmy Flick is also in that group, and Sean Brady's dad is in that group. So it's a pretty interesting community, and we're hoping that now that we have the ability to have guests on the show, that we will start getting some people like that on here, getting some people that are involved in that group and in other aspects of the hobby, other groups, and maybe we get some fighters on here to talk about not only the hobby, but talk about their experiences and get some people who've worked for the UFC before. I do have some contacts who've worked for the UFC before who are anxious to get on, but just scheduling right now just isn't working out. So we're still working behind the scenes on that, and we're looking forward to adding that feature to this show very soon. I think that'll really make a difference on this show. It would be a lot more content and a lot more interesting for everybody. So going down the card, I think one of the bigger fights as it relates to the hobby was Rinat Fakhretdinov defeating Kevin Lee in the welterweight division by a submission in the first round. Rinat is one of the bigger rookies now in this product, and I think people are really taking notice. People said, look out, this guy's a real deal, and it's turning out to look out that way. I mean, Kevin Lee coming off a little bit of layoff, but did not look in the same class last night. So like I said, we're not going to go through the whole card. I'm really looking forward to talking about International Fight Week and what's coming up from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this week, and I'm very jealous of anyone who is out there for International Fight Week this week. It's going to be a great main event. It's just a great card altogether. So, main event is for the featherweight title. Champion Alexander Volkanovski taking on the interim champion Yair Rodriguez. And just a great matchup here, great clash of styles. Yair Rodriguez coming off that victory over Josh Emmett to earn this spot, and Volk has just been atop of this division for a very long time and taking on another challenger, and we'll see how this one goes. It's going to be a good one. Usually you look at this division and Volk, usually a heavy favorite, and this could be a test because Yair Rodriguez could put him out on the feet, could put him out with a submission. This one's a big challenge for Volk, and so it's going to be fun. Looking forward to that fight quite a bit. We've also got the flyweight championship matchup between the champion Brandon Moreno and Alexander Pantoja. Pantoja has a victory over Moreno previously, so that'll be fun to look forward to as well, with Moreno getting that title back from Figueiredo earlier and then defeating Kai Kara France to get there. So really looking forward to seeing that again. We continue to go down the card. Middleweight division, top 5 matchup between number 2 Robert Whittaker, number 5 Dricus du Plessis. And I think a lot of people would like to see du Plessis win and really get that feud with Israel Adesanya going and lining up that matchup, but a lot of people don't see that happening, me included. I think Robert Whittaker takes care of business, throws a wrench into this middleweight division again, and we may have to run it back with Adesanya one more time. Continue to go down the main card. Jalen Turner taking on Dan Hooker, number 10 against number 11 in the lightweight division. And also the top rookie in this class, in this 2023 product between Donruss and Prism, Bo Nickel, is facing Trayshawn Gore in the middleweight division. Then you get to the rest of the card, Robbie Lawler against Nico Price, light heavyweight division matchup. And then had to drop out of a fight. Sean Brady unable to make it. Give it a go against Jack Della Maddalena, so Josiah Harrell's going to step in the welterweight division. Love seeing Jack Della Maddalena. I don't think this one goes well for Josiah Harrell. Just have to have an opponent in there with Maddalena on the card. So he's also a great rookie in this product, one of the top, 3 or 4 when you talk about Nickel and Alex Pereira and Aaron Blanchfield, and I think that Jack Della Maddalena is probably right there next in that next tier. So that will do it for most of UFC 290. So that's July 8th, that's Saturday. We'll talk about the main events of some of the other events coming up soon. Fight night on July 15th from the Apex will be a women's bantamweight matchup between number 3 Holly Holm and number 10 Mayra Buena Silva. Then fight night July 22nd in London. Fight I'm looking forward to probably more than anything. Well, there may be one down the road, and I'll talk about that in a second. There's only one fight that's bigger than this one for me, but this one, heavyweight matchup between Tom Aspinall and Marcin Tybura, number 5 against number 10, and Aspinall coming back from that injury he suffered about this time last year. So been about a year off for Tom Aspinall after that loss to Curtis Blades. Then we get to UFC 291, July 29th in Salt Lake City, and we've got that lightweight matchup between number 2 Dustin Poirier and number 3 Justin Gaethje. We've also got co-main event light heavyweight battle between number 3 Jan Blachowicz and the number 1 middleweight contender, former champion Alex Pereira, making his light heavyweight debut. We've also got Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, Paulo Costa, Ikram Asgalarov in the middleweight division. Stephen Thompson, Michel Pereira is a welterweight top 15 matchup. Derek Lewis and Michael Chiesa, 2 ranked fighters, also in action on that card. Got fight night on August 5th in Nashville, headlined by number 4 Corey Sandhagen taking on number 11 Umar Nurmagomedov in the bantamweight division. Got a couple of rookies from this year's product also on that card. Ignacio Bahamondes is a favorite, and Damon Jackson, also a rookie in the 2023 products. Both of those will be in action on August 5th. So then we get to August 12th at the Apex, and we've got a welterweight matchup between number 9 Rafael dos Anjos against Vicente Luque, number 9 against number 10. Then UFC 292, August 19th in Boston. And we've got a bantamweight championship matchup between the champion Aljamain Sterling and the number 2 ranked contender Sean O'Malley. We've also got another women's strawweight championship matchup between Zhang Wei Li and the 4th ranked contender Amanda Lemos. Also got Rob Font, a Boston native, against Song Yadong, number 7 against number 8. And we've also got Jeff Neal against Ian Gary. So I know a lot of people looking forward to Ian Gary getting back into the octagon. Then we get to fight night August 26th in Singapore. We've got a featherweight matchup between number 2 Max Holloway and number 7 Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. And then a women's flyweight matchup between number 3 Tyler Santos and number 4 Aaron Blanchfield. Also got a top 10 light heavyweight matchup between number 7 Anthony Smith and number 10 Ryan Spann. And this is the one I was talking about. Fight night September 2nd in Paris, not the main event. Heavyweight matchup between number 1 Cyril Gahn and number 8 Sergey Spivak. And then we've got a co-main event with a women's flyweight matchup between number 2 Manon Fiorot and Rose Namajunas making her flyweight debut. But the one on the card that I was looking forward to is the Baylor Bear favorite here on the show, Haley Cowan, taking on Zara Farron, women's bantamweight matchup. I went to Baylor, as many of you know. You can see Mike Singletary there above my left shoulder. So really looking forward to Haley getting back in the octagon and getting in the win column. Then we kind of trickled down, and some of these cards have not been completely put together yet. So we're looking forward to some more announcements coming up soon. A lot of that happens during these big pay-per-views. And September 9th will be in Sydney. Don't know the main event yet. So waiting on that. Fight night, September 16th, T-Mobile Arena. It's going to be a big fight night with a championship matchup in the women's flyweight division between the champion Alexa Grasso and the former champion Valentina Shevchenko. We've also got Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Kelvin Gastelum in a welterweight matchup. So great main event, great co-main event there. And then you get it on to UFC 294, October 22nd in Abu Dhabi. Don't have anything scheduled there, but you're probably looking at Islam Makhachev defending against someone on that date, but nothing after that. And, getting kind of down to crunch time, UFC just kind of plays it by ear and it does well with their sales no matter when they announce the fights, I guess. So more power to them. I look forward to something coming to Houston sometime soon, I hope. I'd love to see another live event here soon. We do have a segment on the show where we run through our hobby top 5. And I do have a graphic, but I'm just going to talk about them today because it hasn't changed too much here in the last couple of weeks. And so I'll just run through them. We'll start with number 5. And that's going to be one of the rookies in the product. 3 of the top 5 are rookies. Alex Pereira is number 5, the former middleweight champion, also a rookie. And I just think that's interesting that a champion can lose their belt before the rookie cards even come out. So number 4 is Aaron Blanchfield, very hotly collected fighter right now, one of the top women's fighters to collect it in these products. And so then we move up to number 3 is Khamzat Chimaev. He and Shavkat Rakhmonov at number 2. Those two are really dominating people's collections right now just because of their work in the octagon and their record that they've been able to put together. Rakhmonov remaining undefeated, all by submission or by finish. And so he's number 2 right now, but not going to overtake one of the rookies in a product. So number 1 is Bo Nickel, and he's commanding top dollar in both the Prism and Donruss products, and everybody looking to get their hands on Bo Nickel cards as much as possible. Another thing I want to let everybody aware of that once this show grows more, we do have 7 fighter lot giveaways that we are going to do. We're going to give them away all at the same time, and we will run those as soon as this show grows a little bit more and we can get those numbers up. But we've got some big lots number-wise, but they all contain a numbered card. And so it's John Jones, Jan Blachowicz, Justin Gaethje, Robert Whittaker, Glover Teixeira, and then 2 female fighters, Holly Holm and Miesha Tate. And Miesha Tate actually has 2 numbered cards in her lot. So those are all 10 cards or more. John Jones, I know, and Holly Holm are both over 20. So all you have to do is subscribe to the show on YouTube, and we'll just put your username, you'll put your name in there, and we'll do a random drawing on the show one day, and it'll go 1 through 7. The top 7 will get their choice. Number 1 to get their choice of fighter, and then we'll go until they're all gone. So now the time that I like to take a look back at what we've hit the last few weeks before we get into opening one of these boxes of Donruss. I'm going to put one of those aside. Move that one up here, and let's go ahead and go through the Prism first, so we don't have any more of those. So we'll go through the hits that we've had on Prism the last few weeks. We do have 4 boxes of Prism left. We're kind of saving some for later, have a big show down the road. We like to open the new products as we get them, so we just go through the new products till we run out of that. I'll give an update on Select here in a second, but we do have a BJ Penn auto redemption that we've already redeemed this one, so looking forward to getting that one in. Also this one, got the Israel Adesanya auto redemption throwback signatures. So we've sent off for both of those. Looking forward to get them. We'll open those on the show when we get them. Got a little bit of a Bryce Mitchell lot here, starting with the Mojo. Still have that. We also got Blue Wave, green, and like I said, I like to throw in some cards to every lot that we have. You basically buy the numbered cards, and I throw in everything else for free. Do you have a Andrea Lee Teal numbered to 49? Also have the Marvin Vettori. I also pulled a Marvin Vettori of 49 last year. So I do end up with some of those. We do have a Tabitha Ricci, another great rookie this year. Got an orange of 99. Also got a ruby wave to go with that. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rookie cards of Baby Shark. Had a great win last week. We've got Sergey Pavlovich in the orange, the Prism, Blue Wave. Josh Emmett orange. Also Blue Wave of Josh Emmett. A couple of purples here. Brandon Moreno. This is number to 149. Israel Adesanya. Number to 149. We'll pair that one up with the auto when it comes in. Here we go with the blue. Jorge Masvidal. I've got a couple of Lucas Almeida. The blue. Number to 175. And the Ruby Wave. Also got a silver. Got a lot of Chidi and Jaquani. So we've got a blue, Blue Wave, Hyper, silver. We've also got a base that we would throw in there. It's real gone. Vicente Luque blue. Then we're getting into the reds, one number to 199. Robert Whitaker. Song Yadong with a red and a ruby wave. Yeah, your Rosenstrike with red, cracked ice, and ruby wave. Said Yakub Kakramanov with the red. Corey Sandhagen. And our last numbered card right now in Prism is Lauren Murphy. So that was numbered to 199. Now let's go through the Donruss that we've pulled out of these two boxes that we've opened. Getting to number 3 today. So this is the card that we pulled last week. This was our auto. I haven't redeemed this one yet. So we've got a Muhammad Makayev rated rookie signatures. And with that one, we'd also throw in Hyper Prism base rookie. So that was hit from last week. We've got Mateus Nicolau. Got the red hollow laser. We've also got a couple of silver prisms to throw in there with that. Johnny Walker with the red. This was the memorabilia card we pulled last week. Jeff Neal Octagon Canvas. So we still got that one. We can throw in a Hyper Prism to go along with it. So those are the hits that we've had here in Prism and in Donruss. We've sold quite a few. Happy to say, and everything that we sell goes back to buy the cards for the show. So if you're wondering where it goes right back here, and for me to open more stuff for you guys. And maybe to get some WD-40 for my chair. But anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. And now we will get into opening this week's box this week's hobby box that we do every week. We will be opening Donruss for about the next 6 weeks. Like I said, I was going to get back to Select. It said August 4th on the Panini website before, but now it looks like it's going to come out on July 28th. So that's some exciting news that Donruss has actually moved up a release date. So we've got, if that holds true, we'll open 7 total boxes of Donruss. That'll leave us with 3 if Select comes out on time. So then when we get that in, we'll start opening Select. We may throw a box of Donruss in there. That we'll do kind of the double feature show that we did a couple weeks ago with the Donruss and the Prism. We got our Prism, when we got our Donruss in, we just went ahead and opened a box of Prism and a box of Donruss. And then, like I said, we'll save up what we have, and we'll if there's a lag in a product, we'll have something to open. Or at the end of the year, we just take everything that we have left before the 24 products come out, and we'll just open that all on one big show. So we'll see what happens, but at least we'll have the product in. We've got the Select on order, and we're looking forward to that coming in, later on this month, here in the next 3 weeks or so. So let me get these gloves on, and we can crack open this box. Just want to remind everyone that we're on every Sunday night, and we open a hobby box of UFC products live. We're also on all the audio podcast platforms, so if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, that if you hear a card that you may be interested in, to make sure to go back and watch the show and take a look at that card, see if you're interested in it, and just let me know. Just reach out. Like I said, the email address is russ@orange-fire.com. You can find me on Twitter, @FightCardsRuss, or @OrangeFireMedia. You can find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, RENEAU, or Orange Fire Media. However you want to get in touch with me, it does not matter. All right. Here we go with Donruss box number 3. So we've got 10 packs, 30 cards each, looking on average at 1 auto and 1 memorabilia card. First box, we ended up with 2 autos. And a memorabilia card. We had a gold Brian Ortega auto, and that sold. We had a Tito Ortiz. That's what I was combining those. Here we go. Pack number 1. Yeah, we pulled the Brian Ortega gold, Tito Ortiz, and the Muhammad Mokaev are memorabilia cards, Jeff Neal and Daniel Rodriguez. The Daniel Rodriguez is gone. Still have the Jeff Neal from last week, but we go through every card just for everyone listening on the other platforms. Beneil Dariush, Mateusz Gamrot, Habib. I think our auto may be in this pack. I think I just got on that. TJ Dillashaw, Johnny Walker, Vivian Araujo, Sean Brady, Misha Tate, Marcin Tybura, BJ Penn, Rob Font, Neil Magny, Harry Rosenstrike, Ticia Torres, Raquel Pennington, Mateus Nicolau, Gerald Meersart, Yan Xiaonan, Chris Weidman, Shogun Hua, Tai Tuivasa, Rafael dos Anjos, Hamzat Chimaev, and Mark Goddard, Authority of the Octagon. Set those aside. Nikita Krylov, the press proof. And we got a Tatsuro Taira with the teal press proof, and it was not an auto. The Jack Shore Blue Hollow Laser, 11 of 49. Some people in the UK that might be interested in that card. Did not pull anything of Jack Shore last year, but 11 of 49 on that Blue Hollow Laser. We'll go back through the hits as well at the end. So then we get into Max Holloway Crunch Time. Don't know how these got flipped over. Let's go through these. Fantasy matchups, John Jones, Chuck Liddell. Hamzat Chimaev, Octagon Marvels. Like I said, that last card, it's the Max Holloway Crunch Time. I don't like to pull the auto in the very first pack. I don't think we've done that very much. So let's start here with the base, and Movsar Evloev, Julia Avila, Tony Ferguson, Brandon Royval, Alex Perez, Jimmy Crute, Ian Gary, Conor McGregor, Paul Craig, Darren Till, Bobby Green, Andrei Arlovsky, Kelvin Gastelum, Israel Adesanya, Dustin Jacoby, Lauren Murphy, Zhang Wei Li, Cody Garbrandt, Amanda Hebas, Kamaru Usman, George St. Pierre, Carla Esparza, Michael Chiesa, Chris Barnett. That's our third one. We got all the, between our first two boxes, we got basically all the same rookies, all the same rated rookies. And so that was kind of disappointing last week. I think we ended up with 5 of the same rookie, and Chris Barnett was one of them. And so that makes 3. It'd be nice if it were Alex Pereira or Aaron Blanchfield. Henry Cejudo, silver press proof. Andre Muniz, silver press proof. And then we've got Alonzo Minifield, 30th anniversary prism. Number 8 of 30. So he will be in action. Is that next week? It's coming up. Yeah, he's got that rematch with Jimmy Crute where they had the no contest, or they had the draw a few months ago. So they're going to run it back. Jimmy Crute ranked number 14, and Alonzo Minifield, an unranked at light heavyweight. So Alonzo Minifield there with the 30th anniversary. First one of those that we pulled. So, good one there. And now, got a GSP Retro Series. Sean O'Malley Crunch Time. So we're seeing some different inserts than we had in the first 2 boxes. I believe that's our second. Jessica Andrade, Octagon Marvels. I don't know. We may have that one. Not quite sure. Check that after the show, though. So our case hit so far is the Brian Ortega Gold Auto. So that's what we're looking to beat. Our case hit in the Prism so far with 4 boxes left is Damon Jackson. That was the Octagon Prism, numbered to 8. So we start off this pack with Uncle Chael Sonnen, Arnold Allen, Marlon Vera. And he was supposed to face Henry Cejudo coming up, and that one was scrapped. That was supposed to be at UFC 292 in Boston, and Cejudo had to pull out of that fight, so that's why we didn't talk about that. Glover Teixeira, Sergey Spivak, Nikita Krylov, Li Jianlang, Henry Cejudo, Tom Aspinall, Brandon Moreno, Magomed Ankalaev, Sean O'Malley. It's weird at Donruss. The cards are all turned different ways in the pack, and it'd be one card one way, and then all the rest are the other. But then I like Prism being consistent, and then the inserts are all in the middle, and there's that one bonus insert card at the end, so you can kind of pull that card, put that card in the back. There's Max Holloway, Forrest Griffin, Jose Aldo, Sadiq Yusuf, Jalen Turner, Jimmy Flick, mentioned him earlier. He's a collector. Ricky Simone, Matt Brown, Jared Cannonier, Song Yadong, and Chris Curtis, rated rookie. Do like to put the rookies away. I believe that we have Chris Curtis already. So unfortunately, we're looking at the same kind of run of rookies that we had the last 2 boxes. The only thing that we pulled different last week was the Bo Nickel, which was nice. And we got a purple Jailton Almeida. So Bryce Mitchell press proof, and look at this one. Bo Nickel silver press proof. So at least not a base. The purple press proof of Jermaine Durandamy. And we got the Alex Pereira, Octagon Marvels, Conor McGregor Stairmasters, and Kamaru Usman, the Untouchables. Good thing about Donruss, you can end up with basically a complete set out of one hobby box and a couple of blasters. You may not get all the inserts, but certainly get most of the cards. I think I opened 2 hobby boxes of all the products last year. It kind of led us to doing the show, and I said, well, let's get cases, and then let's try to get through a whole year buying a case of each product. Let's see how many cards we end up with. Let's see if we can get a full set of each one. So we're working on Donruss and Prism right now. So BJ Penn Retro Series. Let's go with these are the top ones. No, that's not. Sorry about that. So let's go with the base cards. Blagoy Ivanov lost the fight last night to Alexander Romanov. Unanimous decision. Number 14, number 15 ranked heavyweights last night. Abubakar Nurmagomedov, Josh Emmett, Gilbert Burns, Sergey Pavlovich, Alex Caceres, Chael Sonnen, and Arnold Allen, Marlon Vera, Glover Teixeira, Sergey Spivak, Nikita Krylov. I think we've seen these before. Andrea Lee, Mike Brown, Francis Ngannou, Chan Sung Jung, Alexander Pantoja, Kevin Holland, Jack Shore, Tatiana Suarez, Cub Swanson, Vince Pichel, Calvin Cater, Michael Chandler, another Bo Nickel. I guess we're going to get all the same ones. At least give us that one. Oh, there we didn't even see that one coming. So we got a Kyler Phillips, rated rookie, red hollow laser. All worried about the Bo Nickel. Kyler Phillips, auto, red hollow laser, number 37 of 49. So that's the big one for the night, along with the Alonzo Minifield 30th anniversary. Finish off this pack. Sergei Spivak, silver press proof, Dominic Reyes. John Jones with the purple press proof. We've got Hamzat Shemaev, Stairmasters. We've got Israel Adesanya, the Untouchables, and BJ Penn Retro Series. So we got our auto out of the way. We're now looking for a memorabilia card. Yep. Halfway through now after this pack. Daniel Cormier, Dan Hooker, Nathaniel Wood, Umar Nurmagomedov, Ryan Hall, Penny Kianzad, Macy Chason, Irene Aldana, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Alexander Volkov, Jorge Masvidal, Royce Gracie, Stipe Miocic, Piotr Jan, Merab Dvalishvili, Matt Serra, Edson Barbosa, Rafael Sunsao, Leon Edwards, Jamal Hill, Andrea Lee, Mike Brown, Francis Ngannou, got another Amanda Lemos, rated rookie. Just want to see somebody else, Jack Della Maddalena, Muhammad Makayev, Tabitha Ricci. Be nice. Raul Rosas Jr., Magomed Ankalaev, silver press proof, Casey O'Neill. And then we've got purple press proof, Tyler Santos. Then Juliana Pena, Octagon Marvels. Fantasy matchups, Kamaru Usman and Matt Hughes. And Leon Edwards, the Untouchables. So I think we're getting different inserts, building some of those sets. So there we go. We're halfway through now. So Adrian Yanez, Matt Hughes, Corey Sandhagen, Paulo Costa, Manon Fiorot, Chuck Liddell, Uriah Faber, Ryan Spann, big winner last night, Grant Dawson, Shamil Abdur-Kamov, Patty Pimblett, Mackenzie Dern, Dean Thomas, Volkan Ozdemir, Davison Figueiredo, Chris Dawkins, Alonzo Minifield, Khalil Roundtree Jr., Dominic Cruz, Rose Namajunas, Macy Barber was a big winner a couple weeks ago, Rich Franklin, another rookie we already have, Molly McCann, and there we've got our Octagon Canvas next. Wish I hadn't seen that first. But you can see it there. See who it is. So no surprise for you. But it goes along with our auto redemption from last week, and it is rookie Octagon Canvas of Muhammad Mokaev. So we're racking up on Muhammad Mokaev here. So let's go with the thicker card sleeve up there. Always keep that one handy. So we'll pair that with the auto. Have a nice little lot of Mokaev going. Like I said, we'll go through the hits at the end. Carol Hossa, Silver Press Proof. She had a good win last night in a featherweight matchup, the rare women's featherweight matchup, getting a split decision over Yana Santos. Alex Caceres with the teal press proof, and we've got a Jack Hermanson purple press proof. Go through the rest of these inserts. Fantasy matchups, Alex Pereira and Anderson Silva. And we've got the Untouchables, Aljamain Sterling. Got a Dominators, Francis Ngannou. So Ilya Topuria, Said Nurmagomedov, Alexander Volkanovski, John Jones, Jermaine Durandamy, Damir Ismagulov, lost to Grant Dawson last night, Juliana Pena, Tracy Cortez, back-to-back, Tracy Cortez, Brian Ortega. If you've been following the social media this week, they're having a little feud. Tracy getting cozy with Paulo Costa this week, so you can go check that out on your own. Alexa Grasso, Yuri Prochazka, Dustin Poirier, Rafael Fiziev, Brock Lesnar, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Rob Font, Matt Schnell, Jennifer Maya, Stephen Thompson, Anthony Smith, Ketlin Vieira, Jack Hermanson, Tyler Santos. We've got Authority of the Octagon, Dan Mirgliata. And got a Tom Aspinall silver press proof. Anderson Silva, silver press proof. Damir Ismagulov with the purple press proof. Davidson Figueiredo Crunch Time. Brandon Moreno Octagon Marvels. And Islam Makhachev Stairmasters. So with 3 packs left, we've already got an auto and memorabilia card. So we're just kind of looking for those hollow lasers at this point. So if we can pull anything else numbered out of here. So here we go with this one. Giga Chikadze, Sean Strickland, big winner last night. Then Islam Makhachev, Cynthia Calvillo, Arman Tsarukyan, Alexander Gustafsson, Joaquin Buckley, Vicente Luque, Vanilla Ariush, Mateusz Gamrot, Habib Nurmagomedov, TJ Dillashaw, Chan Sung Young, Alexander Pantoja, Kevin Holland, Jack Shore, Tatiana Suarez, Cub Swanson, Vince Pichel, Calvin Kattar, Michael Chandler, Yair Rosenstrike, Tisha Torres, and got another Poetan here. That's a short week until the next show. We're going to be back on Sunday night next week because I want to see some different rated rookies out of these. Sean O'Malley, press proof. Michelle Pereira, silver. Juliana Pena, purple. Yuri Prochazka, dominators. And Islam Makhachev, crunch time. And Valentina Shevchenko, the Untouchables, silver press proof. All right, two more. Like I said, if you see anything you like, if you want to know what else I have other things put away. If you're looking for a certain fighter that you haven't seen anything of, just let me know, and I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll see what I have. Again, you can reach me, Russ, at orange-fire.com, or on Twitter at FightCardsRuss. Valentina Shevchenko, Bilal Muhammad, Marvin Vettori, Michael Bisping, Tim Means, Colby Covington, Brad Tavares, Alexander Rakic, Mark Coleman, Curtis Blades, Pedro Munoz, Marina Rodriguez, Jessica Andrade, Dominic Reyes, Bryce Mitchell, Andre Muniz, Carol Hossa, Anderson Silva, Casey O'Neill, Michelle Pereira, Jens Pulver, Yair Rodriguez, Caitlin Chukagian. I don't know if we have Anthony Hernandez. I think we do. I think we've had two of them. Like I said, this is the same rookies that we've had in all three boxes. So Brandon Moreno, silver press proof. Gerald Meerschaert with the teal press proof. And look at that. 2 numbered Alonzo Minifields in this box. This one is a silver hollow laser, numbered to 99. This is number 95 of 99. So, Alonzo Minifield fans, we got silver and we got 30th anniversary out of this box. Then, got another Poetan coming up here. Insert. The Untouchables. Haven't seen one of those yet. Brock Lesnar Retro Series. And Leon Edwards Crunch Time. I've gotten every Leon Edwards insert out of this box. So there we go with the last pack. Almost done here with our 23rd episode. That magic 26 mark will be 6 months worth of episodes. And thanks for everybody hanging in with us. And like I said, we just try to make it better every week. We've been working on that as we've gotten a little bit better budget. And then we'll, hopefully have some guests on here shortly. So Justin Gagey, Holly Holm, Alexander Romanov with a win last night, Tito Ortiz, Daniel Rodriguez, Blago Ivanov, who lost to Alexander Romanov, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, Josh Emmett, Gilbert Burns, Sergey Pavlovich, Alex Caceres, Yana Santos, Cyril Gahn, Amanda Nunes, Kaikar France, Jan Blachowicz, Derek Brunson, Robbie Lawler, Jeff Neal, Charles Oliveira, Aljamain Sterling, Jillian Robertson, Derek Lewis, and Andre Petrosky, rated rookie. I believe we have those already as well. No surprise there. Would like to see some different ones next week. Already said that, but can't be overstated. Li Jiang Lang, silver press proof. Jessica Andrade, silver press proof. Jason Herzog with the purple press proof Authority of the Octagon. Patty Pimblett, the Untouchables. Islam Makhachev, Dominators. And Carla Esparza, Crunch Time. So that is a wrap on our third box of Donruss. Now let's go back through what we hit today. That includes the rated rookies, so not a whole lot of numbered cards that we've seen out of Donruss. I think our first box is still probably the best. But Jack Shore with the Blue Hollow Laser, number to 49. Chris Barnett, rated rookie. Then we got the Alonzo Minifield 30th anniversary, number 8 to 30. There's the Chris Curtis. Bo Nickel with silver press proof and also the base. There's our auto for today. It's a rated rookie auto. Kyler Phillips, the Red Hollow Laser, number to 49. So we're waiting on a auto redemption, a rated rookie auto redemption for Muhammad Mokaev. Amanda Lemos, Molly McCann, and like I said, we're waiting on the redemption, but now we've got the Octagon canvas of Muhammad Mokaev. Then we got Alex Pereira, Anthony Hernandez, and then we ended up with another numbered card from Alonzo Minifield, silver hollow laser, number 95 of 99, and our last rated rookie, Andre Petrosky. These Donruss cards are just a little bit more underwhelming than the Prism cards, but that's okay. It's the price point you pay for. The Donruss about half the price, and you get about half the hits out of it. But it's a set that you can build, and you can actually get all the cards out of it. Probably out of a case. We haven't seen that with the rated rookies yet because we're working on the same 5 or so. But hopefully that gets better as we go along. Like I said, it's going to be a short week for us, and we're going to be back here on Sunday at 9 o'clock right here on YouTube. and we'll be on all the audio platforms after that. We upload the audio right after the show, and so you can catch us wherever you like listening to us, watching us. You can get it anywhere you want. But we'll be on at the regular time next week, and we'll be looking forward to wrapping up UFC 290 from T-Mobile Arena this weekend in Las Vegas. International Fight Week going on. I wish we were there. It'd be amazing. But we've got Alexander Volkanovski taking on Yair Rodriguez, champion against interim champion in the featherweight division. Also a title matchup between Brandon Moreno and Alexander Pantoja. So we'll talk about that whole card when we come back here next week, and then we'll look forward to the events going forward. And hopefully there's a lot more fight announcements coming up this week. That'd be, great if they could start announcing some more cards and we can start talking about them. But we'll see what happens this week, and we'll be back on the short week. We'll be back in 6 days. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us once again here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast. And if you saw anything you like, once again, my email, russ@orange-fire.com, or find me on Twitter at FightCardsRuss or at OrangeFireMedia. And like I said, look forward to making this show better and better every week. I hope it does get better. And thanks for stopping by and starting your week with us. And we hope that you have a great rest of the week and a great 4th of July tomorrow. So enjoy the day, be safe tomorrow, and we'll see you again next Sunday at 9 p.m. Central right here on YouTube for the UFC Fight Cards podcast. I'm Russ Renaud. Good night, everybody.